one.
Yeah, come on.
What's up guys, finally back to the YouTube, and what a better way to start with legs. So I just had a little break. It's actually been 6 days since my last session, and it was really needed, I'm not gonna lie. I was at a point where fatigue was pretty high, and it was not just interfering with my training, but it was interfering with my life in terms of productivity, just how I felt day to day. Like, I was pretty battered. I think just I got to a point where a lot of progressions were taking place, and fatigue just built up, and it just got to a point where, yeah, it was really interfering with my productivity of work. It's something to look out for, guys. You know, if you really are seeing fatigue go up high, it will interfere with your ability to focus, be productive through the day, also just be a little bit happier. You know, you won't be feeling mentally fresh. So a really nice break away in Spain with family. Switching off from nutrition. When I was away, I was focusing on protein spikes, so still getting in like 5 protein spikes a day, but then letting food kind of fall where it did, tracking body weight whilst I was there, just making sure body weight stayed in a sufficient spot. Because the last thing I want to do is get back, body weight be down 1 kilo, and I don't have that momentum I want with my training. I'm up 0.5 kilo, and I'm in a great spot to crack on now, which is excellent, you know, that's what we want. So this is going to be a very good leg session. I'm aware that it's my first session back, so we'll see what happens. Sometimes you can be a little bit rusty with time away, but I think with my experience now on these movements, I think I'll be fine. But the freshness is there to get after it. And also I know that I can manage things well where recovery will be okay to just crack on from the get-go, because volume for this leg session isn't that high anyway, coupled with the fact that actually I know of myself, when I'm fresh, I recover better. So recovery isn't going to be a problem. Sometimes people do intro sessions when they get back, and that makes sense for a lot of people, but I know I'll be able to get away with this, it'll be fine. Because my recovery before I went away was actually pretty good anyway. Yeah, so right now body weight's at like 90 kilos. I'm 7 kilos up from my lowest at the end of the diet. And we're gonna keep pushing up until like August time perhaps, and then diet around then, around like 94, 95 kilos. So loads of time still to push up and just focus on growing, chasing down more tissue. This is it now, you know, it's gonna be a very productive meso. I feel good, I feel like we're gonna get after it, and we know when to deload moving forward, which is the 7th week. But other than that, I'm gonna crack on. It's gonna be a huge leg day. Can't wait to train. That first session back always hits hard, so let's do it. So the first set is going to be pretty brutal. So what I've been doing is like a high rep set first. So last time I did 180 for 18. So we're looking at almost a 20 rep set. No. One. Go one. One tip with the seated leg curl, which, to be honest, a lot of people might already know, but you'll be surprised some amount of people I see get this wrong. It's like they underestimate how locked into the machine you need to get. So for example, that is on, my quad is like on the pad now, and it feels fairly tight, but there's another 2 settings I could go tighter. And I'm gonna do that because it just makes me more locked in. So I literally push it all the way in until I can't, I'm literally locked in now. So as I start the rep, it's gonna inevitably keep me really locked in, and I'm not gonna move around. The biggest mistake I see people do is not getting tight enough, and then when they do it, their hips start to move. Stability is so important, so yeah, get as locked in as you can. Oh. I was showing Aaron this, but I thought I'd just show you guys. So I've got these special socks. They have grip on the bottom because my feet would just slip about. So if your feet do slip about and you don't want to wear shoes, just get some grippy socks. They're honestly probably the best thing.
Aren't they like trampoline socks?
I don't know, are they? Is that what they're for? They're now for lifting as well. They just feel way more locked in. There's nothing worse, you feel like your feet are just sliding about. So there's three things that promote performance, and I think I need to stress this so people don't lose their head sometimes when they get weak on something. They don't know why. So you've got muscle, tissue, you've got body weight, leverages, stability, and then you've got neurological adaptations, skill. And people underestimate that last point. They don't realize how much skill can promote performance. So when you take time off, or you've had a little bit more of an extended break from training, or just time away from a specific movement, when you return to that movement, recognize that you might be a little bit rusty. Even if you're used to that movement, doing it for ages, you might still be a little bit more rusty than what you were. And when you're in that position, rinse the warm-ups, take your time. Don't be afraid to do multiple warm-ups on the same weight. Really just get used to that pattern again, get patterned. And once you do that, you'll be able to bring forward that intensity you need to that top set with high accuracy as well, which is a hard task. Intensity, accuracy, combining the two, that's a challenge, that's a skill. That's why we stick to the same movements over time. People don't recognize what neurological adaptations does to performance over time.
Yeah, easy, come on. Slow. Yeah. Up, come on. No! And again. Drive, come on. Yeah, there's more. Take it. Come on, let's go. Drive, come on.
No one!
Up, come on.
No! Oh. So that was 3 reps up. 3 reps up for my last time doing it on the 5 plates. And that's after 6 days off. So that's a sign right there, guys. It shows, do not be scared to take time off when it's earned. Obviously that's not like your cue to just not train, but fatigue is a big thing, especially as you get stronger. So if you are strong, you're lifting a lot of weight now, be cautious of fatigue management even more. And I know like a lot of people like to take the piss out of it. People go, oh, fatigue's not a thing. Well, tell me why I just took 5 days off and went up 3 reps. It's important. And that's the difference between someone that's strong and able to get even stronger, you know? It's being able to back off at the right time. A lot of people are really scared to do it. And they take time off and then they come into the gym thinking they're going to be weaker. And it's almost like that perception and where your mind goes before going to the gym fucks you up. Don't go into the gym expecting to be weak when you take time off. It could be the other way. Be positive. Be in a positive frame of mind going into the gym and you'll get what you want from it. Gonna strip this leg press back a little bit and add pauses in. And I wanna stress something to you guys which will help. A lot of the time we think about like, what are we proud of in the gym? Are we proud of lifting more or less, you know? And a lot of us care about how much we're lifting and we wanna lift more. But think about this, all right? It's so much more impressive in my eyes when you've got a lot of muscle, but then your strength isn't quite as strong as you think, because it probably means you're using very good form and you've learned how to drive a big internal stimulus and challenge yourself in a smart way that's not driving too much fatigue. Now, obviously there's an extent to that. I'm not saying like overly slow down the concentric phase and stuff like that. But all I'm trying to say is sometimes what I'm about to do, I'm like, yeah, this is a smart move for me as a bodybuilder. Stripping back the leg press, adding pauses into the stretch position on a 45-degree leg press where it's harder, and just, you know, taking my time with it, you know, and just focusing on building a big stimulus from it without ruining myself. So sometimes you've got to look at yourself and think, do I have the muscle that reflects how much I'm lifting? Because if you don't, you probably need to back off.
Yeah, come on. Oh! Yeah, let's go. Yeah! Oh! And again, come on. Ah! Oh! Let's go. Drive, come on! Ah!
Ah! Fuck. Whoa. Oh, fucking hell. Oh. Fuck. Really hurt, man. Christ. So we're going to go on to the second set of leg extensions, and this set is going to be a very brutal, painful set. It's not fun. I'm doing 1.5s, so a length and partial into a full rep, and then I'm doing a 5-second eccentric. So I'm controlling that negative as well. It's one of those sets which you kind of go into thinking, shit, this is about to hurt. But I honestly think you should put at least a few sets per week like this in your leg training. Because what it teaches you to do is lean into the pain, embrace the pain, and get, you know, used to very painful, just difficult sets, you know. People that can cope with those, you're gonna cope with anything in the gym. And one little tip that I do, you might notice I do during my set, is when it does get painful, I really go into a meditative state. I really just don't think about much. I close my eyes and I just lean into the music that I'm listening to, and I try and stay as calm as possible. And I don't overthink things. When you're looking around, or you just let the pain kind of come to you and overtake what you're thinking, that's when you lose your set. Be in control of it. Almost become one with the pain. Sounds a bit cringy that, but it's true. If you can just really lean into it, you're gonna get more out of it. No! No! Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh. Just a note to self, and some useful information for you guys as well. I thought we'd go straight into talking about this whilst I'm out of breath, because about that. Just be careful about the caffeine that you use when you're at higher body weights, especially if you have some time off and your cardiovascular fitness might have dropped off a little bit. Don't make the mistake I did, having 350 milligrams of caffeine. Because this session's been productive, but the whole time I've just been battling, feeling sick, so out of breath. You know, when you just sat there and your heart rate feels like it's at like 160 and it's not changing, you know you fucked up. So we're going back onto hamstrings now at the end, and we're just biasing the stretch as much as possible. So this knee and leg curl is really nice. I kind of keep my hips back into this position to force more hip flexion, and then I'm just really working in that stretch position. So I'm going to do 1.5s, so half a rep, full rep, over and over again, and then length and partials. So I'm just hammering the hamstrings now in that stretch position. They're already pretty fatigued, so the ability to shorten off is harder. So we're just staying in that stretched area a bit more throughout the set, where there is ultimately more stimulus being created in that position anyway. And it's also just adding a bit of variety. Like I used to do 3 sets of seated leg curl, but I quite like the variety now, doing 2 different machines. Just 1 set, that's all I need. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. So we're going to go on to calves, and what we're going to do is this toe press. So one of my favorite calf movements is if you've got any horizontal leg press, just do a toe press, heels hanging off. And this is a Kaiser machine, so it's air pressured. So we're going to like take the resistance down as we hit failure, and we can get more from it. I'll do that in the next set. So this first set is going to be a high repper, get loads of blood into the calves. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, that hurts. Fucking hell, man. Oh, fuck. When you train abs, you can make it so much harder than it should be. Than it is sometimes. I don't know if I'm getting my words out right, but basically what I'm trying to say is you should be thinking about what the actual function of the abs are, which is taking you into spinal flexion from spinal extension. It's not leaning forward. You're actually trying to go like from here to here. Extension, flexion. So you're going over. If you're not making that happen, and you're just going leaning forward, a lot of it's going to be your body weight. So make it harder and just think about the function of the abs. Since doing that, I don't need to get creative. Just do an ab crunch. Get strong at it like that. That's all you need to do for your abs, honestly. Get strong doing that. All your abdomen is going to grow. Stop doing like leg raises, stuff like that. Because when you do a leg raise, if your back's on like a thing, and you're just going like this, what are you working? You're not working your abs. You're not doing that function at all. So. No. Oh. Cool. So, those of you that watch YouTube often, you'll know I do lats on legs. But one thing I've noticed is if I overdo it, so if I train to failure on it, I rest, I go to push, and I'm doing like a high incline Smith. Literally, it replicates the movement in a way. And lats need to be fresh for stability purposes in presses to an extent. So I'm just a little bit cautious. So I'm doing like one RIR when I do this now. And it's helped my presses, to be fair. Because if I go in and they're sore, like the eccentric, I just don't feel things firing as much, it just doesn't feel good. So just one thing to think about is like, when you run like a push-pull off-leg split, it's fantastic for running higher frequency on weak body parts. You know, you can put it on legs, especially if your legs are strong. It's fine doing it at the end when they're fresh. Very high quality work, but just be mindful of the recovery into the next session. And think further than just, oh, for push, I want to be fresh for push. So my chest delts, think, okay, the synergistic muscles involved in movements actually matter as well in terms of being fresh for stability. Because if you need to get strong at presses, you're doing all this lat work on legs, and you go into push, and you can't get strong in your presses because your lats are always sore, which can happen. That's not ideal, that's not what you want. But you'll notice I do my weaker side first, and on my stronger side, it looks like I'm training one RIR, which I am. And I think I see a lot of people, especially like sometimes when you get more muscle, you can see imbalances a little bit more. And if you want to, the best way to fight imbalances is to know how to manage intensity on each arm. So you do your weaker side first, you take it all the way there, and then on your stronger side, have the same form as your other side, keep it standardized, don't change a thing, and do 1 RIR. Or just match the reps of your weaker side. If the form is the same on each arm, and then you match the reps, you are literally creating more stimulus on your weaker side than your right. I'm just saying my right because that's my stronger side. And that's causing this adaptation response where the weaker side is having to catch up with the stronger side because it's being challenged more. Yeah, single arm training is so good for fighting imbalances if you know how to approach it. If you don't, you could actually make yourself more imbalanced. Right, so we wrapped that up. We're in the car now. No shit. But yeah, other than the fact I felt sick throughout the whole entirety of the session because I took too much caffeine and I forgot the fact that my tolerance has changed since having some time off training and also body weight going up, not really doing much exercise. It was actually a really good session. You know, we progressed everything substantially, like pretty crazy progression to be fair. Like hacks up 3 reps, adductors plus 10 matched reps. Pretty solid stuff, you know, I'm very happy with that. And I think things will start to feel a lot better through the next week because when you come out of a deload, like actual rest days, like extra rest days, you can just feel a little bit rusty or like just not in the groove of training. So pretty confident to see how things pick up, especially as I get food in a better position as well. Like I was away on holiday, fats were higher, carbs were lower, you know, those different things. Also I travelled yesterday. So all in all, very happy where we're at, and I think we're about to move into we are moving into a very important mesocycle for my growing phase. Like this is where we really push peak performance much further, which is exciting. So yeah, we're about to really push the limits with training. I'm at my strongest I've ever been, about 7 kilos away from my heaviest. And we've got like 4 or 5 months left, so it's gonna get good. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Apologies for the lack of updates, but it was just because I had a holiday, a bit of a break. I think I kind of needed it. But we'll get back to the consistent uploads now. We've agreed with Aaron that we're going to get back to more videos and keep the content coming. But I appreciate all the support on your YouTube. It's really blowing up at the moment, and it's thanks to you guys being so consistent with the support. But yeah, cheers for watching, guys. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. And I'll see you in the next video very, very soon.